This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, we say hello to the start of the league football season. We'll show you Antelope meeting Yuba City, Elk Grove taking on Lincoln, and Oakmont battling Casa Roble.
Volleyball matchups include Rockland and Folsom, water polo with St. Francis and Inderkum, plus the Edison lineman diagnosed as autistic but continuing to thrive on and off the field. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. The league season is finally here, and we're starting it off with a battle in the Capital Athletic League. The Capital Christian Cougars, I'm sure, are happy to be heading into league after a really tough preseason with losses to two of the top teams in Northern California.
But the Cougars aren't out of the woods yet. They face a very tough Vista Del Lago team Friday night. On defense, Vista is led by junior Hunter Williams, who's averaging just under 10 tackles a game. Vista Del Lago meeting Capital Christian Friday night.
Luca Lindo reporting from Capital Christian as they get ready to take on Vista Del Lago for their first league game of the season. Capital Christian has the first drive of the game, and cornerback Anthony Garcia is going to keep the football and run all the way to the end zone for a 40-yard touchdown to take the lead 7-0 in the first. Capital Christian gets the ball back in their own 10-yard line. Del Lago has them on the ropes, but Anthony has some punches to throw of his own. He throws it to a wide-open Cameron Sampson, who has no one around him, as he runs it for an easy 90-yard touchdown to make this game 14-0. Capital with the ball again, and Anthony rolls out of the pocket, scanning the field for receivers, and he will find one. It's Sampson again, who takes this upfield, following his blocker and sneaks in for another touchdown. It's now 21-0 in the second quarter. Cougars looking for their fourth straight touchdown. Anthony will just keep this one and run straight up the middle for a touchdown. He could have danced in there if he wanted to, but Anthony doesn't really seem like one for celebrations. Vista Del Lago looking for an answer, and that answer just seems to be senior running back Tyler Peterson, who will juke and zigzag his way to the end zone to get the Eagles on the board. Look at him refusing to go out of bounds to get the touchdown. His teammates were hyped about it as they swarmed him after the play. But here comes the Cougars to rain on their parade. Anthony Garcia fumbles the snap, but picks it right back up and runs to the opposite side of the field. He decides to commit to the run, jukes a whole group of Eagles players, and takes the hit to score his third rushing touchdown of the night. The Eagles trying to revive their comeback as they go back on offense. Quarterback Jacob Hollinghouse delivers a dart to Matt Long as he backs into the end zone for a touchdown. Vista Del Lago with the ball again. Jacob pump fakes and runs up the middle, racing towards the end zone and scores. The comeback starting to come alive for the Eagles. The question is, do they have enough time? Jacob hands it off to running back Thomas Keegan, who spins off two defenders and steps over another for a touchdown. Unfortunately, it won't be enough, as the final score is Vista Del Lago 40, Capital Christian 62.
Parker Ream coming to you from Casa Roble, and it was a rivalry game, but a cool moment here. Rams captain Ryan Nishida carried the U.S. Marine Corps flag to midfield to honor Oakmont alum Sergeant Nicole G., who died in the Cabal Airport attack. Nice show of sportsmanship right there. Casa's offense has been on fire all year, but not in the first quarter. Kyle Staliker lays the boom and recovers the fumble, which led to this Danny Miles QB sneak to get Oakmont on the board first 7-0. But Casa's offense couldn't be held down for long. Second quarter, Jason Lindahl drops back, scrambles, and just before he's tackled, finds Cole Owens. That connection has been so good this year. He's up the sideline, reaches for the pylon, touchdown, 7-7. The score was at that point. There were fireworks on both sides, though. Miles rolls out, feeling the pressure. Kyle Campbell comes swarming in, looks to have the tackle, but what a play by Danny to shake him off, recomposes, and fires a strike to a wide-open Nate Vanieri, 14-7. Casa needs a stop. Rolls out, can't go anywhere. A great job containing it by Justin Spalding to get the stop. Later on, though, the Vikings found themselves in familiar territory. Miles from 1 yard out gets his third touchdown of the day as Oakmont takes a 21-7 lead into halftime. Casa would respond in the second half, though. Third quarter, Josh Taylor takes the handoff, bounces it to the outside. He's in for the score, and Casa only trails by a touchdown. Here they come, but Oakmont had their number all night long thanks to plays like this. A double handoff trick play. It's Vanieri with the pass, the backup quarterback to a wide open, well, you know, kind of. Parker Montgomery from one Parker to another. You guys had me and the Rams defense fooled. 2 minutes left in the fourth we go. Rams needing a score. Lindahl over the middle, and there it is again. Owens with the touchdown, but it was a little too late. 28-20 as Danny Miles and Oakmont pull off the upset against their rival.
Well, it's awesome. It feels great. You know, like big win over Casa, our rivals. It's awesome. Senior year, got a ball out last year. Yeah.
The Vanden Vikings hosting an undefeated Vacaville team that's lost just one set in their 8 matches. First set, Kelsey Wall in the back row bumps to Francesca King, who sets up Anaya Thrower. The 6'2 sophomore hammers it home. Vacaville down by 1 here. Claire Christensen, Mia Todd, and Malia DeSalle for the point, but Vanden takes the set. Audrey Alexander, King, Soleil Sands, and the Vikes give the Bulldogs just their second lost set and go on top 1-0. Set 2, more Viking dominance. Summerlin Spencer to King to Kelsey Wall. What a perfect name for a volleyball player, am I right? Then Francesca King goes on a roll, delivering 4 aces in a row. Vanden leads it in the second, but the Bulldogs bouncing back. A great dig from Todd. Mira Gossett, Alexa Simmons, 21-17 Vikings, but set 2 belongs to Vanden. Spencer to King to Thrower. The Vikes go up 2-0. But back come the Bulldogs. Gossett bumps to the setter, Mia Todd, but wait, Todd smashes it on the second hit. Vacaville takes set 3 and goes on to take set 4. Godden, Todd, and Simmons connecting for the point. The Bulldogs force a 5th and final set, up 9-8 in the 5th. The block from Soleil Sands ties it up. Then the Bulldogs come up with a big block of their own from Godden and Simmons to take the lead back. Match point for the Vikings. The Vacaville hit goes wide, and Vanden wins set 5, 15-12 to give Vacaville its first loss of the season. Vanden pulls into a first place tie with Vacaville, going to 5-1 in league play.
Brian Mueller checking in from El Dorado Hills, where Oak Ridge and El Camino met in the pool Monday night. The Trojans on turbo from the get-go. Natalie Mancinelli swimming hard, and she makes it 2-0. Early in the first quarter, 3-0 now later in the first. Alexis McKee gets it to Ashley Michelin, and she deposits this one to make it 4-0. We will see a lot more from Michelin like right now. This time it's Emma Voorhees with the feed. 5-0 Oak Ridge. Second quarter now, Trojans still in command. Elena Tadejewski fires a fastball into the back of the net. That makes it 7-0. She had 3 goals on the evening. Catherine Hampton also had a strong game in the net for Oak Ridge. Nice save to preserve the shutout, but she couldn't keep the Eagles grounded entirely. Kay Hall with the ball. She gives C.J. Herman a Hall pass, which C.J. gladly accepts and scores. That makes it 9-1 at the half. El Camino hoping to carry some of that momentum into the second, but Oak Ridge would continue to control the waters. Third quarter, Vali Amaral makes a nice stop. A Michelin is there for the rebound and score. It's 10-1. Eagles weren't done. Forget the Hall pass. How about a Hall goal? Precision placement on this one, but it wasn't enough. Fourth quarter, this was the goal of the match. Mancinelli with the old backhand scoop and score. That makes it 15-5, and that would be the final. Michelin finishes with more than half of her team's goals.
Time now for the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Ken Tilford from Wood High School. The Wildcats senior captain racked up 221 yards on offense and scored 3 times in the team's victory over Chavez last week.
Our second Player of the Week is Keegan Moore, who had 6 goals in the Marauders' thrilling 12-10 win over St. Mary's last week. Ken Tilford and Keegan Moore, this week's Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us important tips so athletes can perform at their very best.
Here's 49ers team physician Dr. Tim McAdams with this week's Stanford Health tip.
Synthetic turf has come a long way since the first iteration of AstroTurf in 1965. Gone is the cement-like green surface, and the new generation synthetic turf provides much improved cushion with longer artificial grass fibers. The cushion is provided by a mixture of sand and recycled rubber or cork. The thought is that as you plant and cut on artificial turf, there's very little give and the ligaments are under more stress as compared to natural grass. Shoe type is also important. The NFL is studying traction differences and safety scores for the various shoe types as shown here. As the artificial surfaces continue to improve, I think we are going to see decreased injuries.
Coming up, our first SunPower electric game, Antelope meets Yuba City.
Then it's the girls from St. Francis and Inderkum meeting in the pool when 49ers Sac-Hi Sports returns.
The team approach that Stanford Healthcare took with my diagnosis was really the reason why I'm able to be where I am today.
Jeremy's condition was very unique in that he had a genetic hereditary variant called nail patella syndrome. With Jeremy coming from pretty far away, we really wanted to keep tabs on his recuperation. Video visits really allows us to engage with the patient and then explore treatment options.
Moving forward, I've been able to engage in sports in a way that I've never been able to engage before.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thanking Heroes. We also donated to the Toyota U.S. Paralympic Fund to support and empower these extraordinary athletes. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Shop in person or at tracytoyota.com. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi's Stadium. The Antelope Titans are 3-0 to start the season and start off league play facing Yuba City.
The Yuba City Honkers are 2-1, are looking for their first win of the regular season, facing Antelope in our first SunPower Electric game tonight. Our Brian Mueller was there.
Electric game.
Our SunPower Electric game should have plenty of points. Both of these teams can move the ball. 2-1 Yuba City is averaging about 37 points per game, and 3-0 Antelope is putting up 46 a contest. And the Titans are doing it behind a strong running game. Karam Borders already has 555 yards and 8 TDs. The Honkers are making some noise on the ground as well. They've already rushed for nearly 1,000 yards as a team, led by junior running back Brandon Sanders, who has 339 yards. It was a Honker homecoming for our SunPower Electric game. And right on cue, it was Sanders scoring the first points of the game. Short TD run makes it 7-0 Yuba City right off the bat. The Titans respond on the very next drive. Josiah Bateman slings it to Damarian Williams. TD right down the middle, and we're tied at 7. But the Honkers hop to it on their next drive. Joaquin Porcayo takes the sweep, and he's gone down the sideline 48 yards. It's 14-7. The Honkers going bonkers. But once again, Antelope answers. Short TD run for Borders. The PAT was no good, so Yuba's still up by a point. But no matter, the Titans with a little deja vu here. They have it again on the goal line, and again, Borders finishes off the drive. 2-point conversion failed, and it's 19-14. Antelope attacking on defense as well. A herd of them harassing the Honkers. Benjamin Tudupali, Xavier Mares, and Elijah Moore all contributing on this sack. Final play of the first half. Antelope has only one play. They have to get it into the end zone. And they do just that. It's Bateman to Williams again, 50 yards, and the Titans head into the half with a 26-14 lead. The Honkers trying to hash things out, but Borders was borderline spectacular in this one. Check that, he was spectacular, showing off his sprinter speed, 49 yards, and it's 33-14. But the Honkers not hanging it up just yet. Sanders takes the outside toss and follows some blockers into the end zone for his second score of the game, 33-21 early in the third. But Borders could not be contained. This one goes for 62 yards, 204 yards, and 4 touchdowns, 41-21. The Titans close out the quarter with one more score. Bateman goes corner of the end zone to Jordan Sachow, and that would just about do it. Antelope wins it 55-21. They are now 4-0.
Play as a team. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't have done none of that without my line, without my teammates blocking for me. They open up the hole and I just take off. This is a great team win, a really big team win. A lot of people stress that Antelope is just a running team, but we showed we could do it all tonight.
H2O time in the Thomas as Intercom took on St. Francis. I am Marcos reporting, and she's studying. St. Francis jumps out to a 4-1 first quarter lead when the Troubadours run the break. Laura Holiday, Bea McIntosh, and Ava Simpson finish the thingy in the deal. In the second quarter, Intercom makes it a 2-goal game when Emily Henderson finds Lauren Hunt, who slings it in the back of the net. Check out this long shot by Gory McIntosh of St. Francis. She buries the ball in the corner pocket. Truby's up 6-3. The Tigers will respond and make it a 6-5 game as Hunt dumps it to Emily Henderson, who turns and tosses it into the goal. It's getting tight in here. We jump ahead to the third quarter. St. Francis on the attack. Ava Simpson to Laura Holiday. Back to Simpson, and she knows what to do with it. Rocks it into the goal. Truby's up 9-7. And St. Francis would build on that as McIntosh leads McIntosh. She sends it home, and the Troubadours will go home with the win. Corey McIntosh had 5 goals, and Hunt added 3 for the Tigers.
The Weston Ranch Cougars playing host to the Oakdale Mustangs Monday night. It's Oakdale in control early. Lydia Stuve bumps to Breeley Gibson, who sets up Emily Meyer, and that one's not coming back. The set is tied at 9. Saya Grisby with a great block attempt. Kiara Baptista, Eleanor Eliu to Penny Hunt, and with her back to the net, she finds no man's land. But the Mustangs go on a run. Gibson to Paige Taylor to Carly Spencer. It's off the block and down. Then it goes Meyer, Taylor, Spencer, and Carly hits hard. Oakdale takes the first set 25-15. Set 2. Mustangs down 6-4. Carly Jerikoff bumps to Stu, who sets up Jordan Lewis. She hits it across the court. Then Gibson and Taylor set up Stuve, and the senior gets the job done to take the 11-9 lead in the set. The Ranch battling back. Isabel Mayorko bumps to Maya Apostle, who gives it back to Mayorko, and that shot finds open court. Then it's Saya Grisby with one of her 5 blocks on the night. But set 2 and set 3 would both go to Oakdale. Match point here as Gibson and Stuve set it up for Spencer for Carly's 11th kill on the night. The Mustangs ride to a 3-set win over Weston Ranch to improve to 3-0 in league play.
Coming up, you'll meet this week's inspirational athlete. It's Jack Grinnell from Edison High School.
But first, take a look at our girls volleyball top 10 poll.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Healthcare, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics. And by SunPower, proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. The Tokay Tigers are 4-0 to start the season and face one more non-league team before jumping into league play. The Tigers are led by quarterback Brendan Moreno, who's having a great start to his senior season.
Yeah, and Tokay taking on Liberty Ranch out of Galt. The Hawks like to run the ball and will turn to senior Arthur Drager to lead Liberty Ranch to its second victory of the season. Tokay at Liberty Ranch Friday night.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. The Tokay Tigers are at Liberty Ranch, home of the Hawks, where the crowd seems to be flying high. Starting things off in the second quarter, Hawks up 7-0 when Arthur Drager gets a handoff and goes 74 yards in for 6. Drager's second touchdown of the night. Peepa's quarterback, Logan McCreary. Logan is stoked, so stoked, he wants a long touchdown run of his own. Third quarter, McCreary goes straight up the middle. Thanks to some great blocking there by center Austin Cordero. He sneaks it into the house, not a single feather ruffled. Hawks up 20-0. 3 minutes later, the Tigers strike back. Brendan Moreno delivers a dime to Andrew Malgoza, and Tokay is on the board. But Liberty Ranch again deep in Tiger territory. McCreary keeps it himself and heads to the goal line. A great stop there by the Tigers. Elias Castro at the line, but the Hawks punch it in on the very next play. Brett Hughes breaks the plane. A 2-point conversion is good, and it makes it a 28-7 game. Drager was working hard for the Hawks all night long. Shout out to the offensive line for paving the way for Arthur's 4th touchdown of the night, and he gets a beating there from Elias Hernandez. But the Tigers get into the end zone again in the 4th quarter. Moreno sees Marcus Morellis, places it over Marcus's shoulder for a beautiful connection, and they're looking for more here, but the Hawks defense comes up with the stop and flies away with the W. That's Nicholas Camarillo with the pick. 38-14, the final in Galt. Check out that stat line from Drager.
Every week we bring you stories of inspirational athletes overcoming the odds.
The Edison Vikings are having a fine season so far, and there to assist in the run-heavy offense is lineman Jack Grinnell. The senior is experiencing some bumps and bruises both on the field and off after being diagnosed with a developmental disability when he was just 5 years old.
I didn't know that my life would take this type of course to play football, but I'm actually glad it did because I can see myself having a future in it.
Jack Grinnell is in his senior season at Edison High School.
Anybody that knew him when he was in kindergarten or first, they'd be like, Jack, a football player? Never.
Jack is the right tackle for the defending league champs, and he knows his assignment. Be tough, be relentless, be a bully. Jack knows that last one only applies to the football field.
I was bullied because I was different, but that was just a part of my struggles. I didn't realize that would become important along the way. When I was in kindergarten, when I was 5, I was diagnosed with autism, high functioning to be exact. Throughout my entire course of my life, I would say that overcoming it was a very difficult thing. My dad would always help me.
They actually wanted him moved out of secular school. They wanted him to go to a special school because they were worried about him functioning in class. He would bite his nails until they bled. And I remember going into my car and crying when the teachers would say, he's performing kindergarten level, and this is when he was in 3rd and 4th grade. And I would cry and I'd be like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get him on par. Is he ever gonna, reach his potential?
Like most kids who are diagnosed with being on the spectrum, Jack says the key to his success is asking questions until he completely understands his task or job.
You saw Dr. Thomason here in Stockton, that's who diagnosed him with autism. She said what you need to do is you need to explain to him, what he needs to do, why he needs to do it, and he'll follow the instructions because, being on the spectrum, he's going to follow directions. It's one of the reasons why he's so good at football. He'll do exactly what he's told.
I was really antisocial, and just throughout that entire process as becoming a leader and becoming a team captain on the team and getting to know so many people, I really overcame just being awkward and just becoming really outgoing and pretty funny, but overall I think football is a big help for people like me, honestly.
And once he got on the football field and he did really well, he just had this level of confidence that I'd never seen from him before.
Jack he brings a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. He's always there. He's a very dependable person. He's, one of the team players. He's always speaking up when calls for it, to take a leadership role. So, like I say, he's one of those guys that you like to have on your field because he's always got the energy, and he keeps that going with his play, too.
Because of his hard work, Jack has received offers from great academic colleges. After high school, he hopes to play football, continue his education, and inspire others.
I think the advice I would give is that you're not bound to anybody nor any person. I believe that you can fly freely and be able to explore what's beyond your limit. That's what I really think. That's the piece of advice I give, honestly.
There is no limit to what Jack Grinnell can accomplish. And if you think there is, well, then you don't know Jack. Jack hopes to play football at the next level and wants to inspire others who are going through some of the same things he experienced. Looking at him now, I can't imagine why anybody would want to bully that kid.
Yeah, and now people do know Jack.
Yes.
And they know that he's no different than anybody else.
And he is getting offers from academic schools. Fantastic. He's just doing great in the classroom.
Absolutely. All right, coming up, Elk Grove and Lincoln meet up for our game of the week.
But first, check out this week's Spirit Corner featuring the cheer squad from Lincoln High School.
Many have failed. The 49ers got the livest fans in the NFL. I tried to tell them we back and we never left and we got heart. Levi Stadium starting to feel like Candlestick Park. Who are we? Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. We got next. We ready to flex. We're ready to rock. Headed to the top. We got next. Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best. So give it all you got.
Kennedy Schoenauer makes space with 4 defenders around her and fires from 31 yards out and hits it perfectly.
Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best. So give it all you got. We got next. Number 1, numero uno. Front page in the news. Yeah, now you know. For the win, blood, sweat, tears in the gym. Harder than the rest.
The Elk Grove Thundering Herd is battling through some tough breaks, losing each of its last 2 games by just 1 score. The senior running back Zeke Burnett hopes to put the Thundering Herd in the win column against a good Lincoln team.
That's right. The Fighting Zebras are 2-1 on the season, led by senior quarterback Johnny Bowser, who's averaging 130 yards a game passing. It's Lincoln taking on Elk Grove in the game of the week Friday night.
The Zoo out in full force to watch their Lincoln Zebras face off against Elk Grove. It's a party! The Herd with the momentum early when Gio Bellici gets the interception. The Thundering Herd would score on the drive to make it a 7-0 Elk Grove lead. Later in the quarter, the Herd 20 yards out, Ethan Archuleta under center. He keeps it himself, and Ethan goes off. 14-0 EG up with 2 minutes to go in the first. It's gotta be the hair, feathered and lethal. Zebras at midfield, the handoff goes to Ryan Henning, and that's gonna be a big gain, over a 30-yard run for Ryan, and the Zebras would finish the drive with a touchdown to make it 14-7 and go on to tie it up in the next quarter. Johnny Bowser fires to a cutting Jaden Holman. Jaden takes a hard hit, but is in for the touchdown. We are tied at 14. Next Herd drive, it's a bloodbath at the line of scrimmage, but Archuleta pops out, and there he goes, spinning off a defender before getting taken down in Zebra territory. Elk Grove finishes the drive with a touchdown. Before you know it, Zeke Burnett is up the field and in the end zone. 21-14, Elk Grove tips the score. The half coming to a close here. Lincoln looking to tie it up before the end of the quarter. Bowser decides to keep it himself and go for a run. That was a good idea because Johnny goes almost 60 yards. The drive would end in a field goal to make it a 4-point Elk Grove lead going into halftime. The Herd open up the third quarter with a short Burnett touchdown run to increase the lead to 10, but Lincoln reaches deep in the playbook to get those points back. Bowser with a pass in the flat to Thomas Mukai, and the lefty slings it downfield to a wide open Gabriel Burns. A double pass for the 60-yard score. It's a 28-23 Elk Grove lead. Fourth quarter, hand it to Burnett, and Zeke will do the rest. Burnett pours water over the Zebras' fire, and if it ain't broke, you know the rest. Zeke once again goes straight through the line to pay dirt. Elk Grove takes the 34-23 lead, and the Herd shuts it down on defense. Peta V with a spectacular game on the defensive side of the ball as he wrangles up the Zebra in the backfield, and 49-23, Elk Grove wins the game of the week. That means Joe Davidson caught up with the team post-game.
Nice win. It's been a long time. Let's hear it. I think when you talk Elk Grove football, you'd start with this guy right here. He's not the biggest guy, but he kept the football after the game. Long time coming for you. How much does football mean to you? And you'll probably sleep with that thing tonight.
Hey, man, football means everything to me, man. I dream about this stuff. I do this for my family. I do this for this family. And, man, I just love taking the W home, and I always do this stuff for my boys. Love you guys.
And when you talk family, Gio here, you're coming from a family of football guys. You might be the best one of the whole lot. Do you play for your family as well?
Yes, sir. We're our family. This is our family. We are Elk Grove.
And then a relative newcomer to the family is Zeke Burnett. He knows a lot of these guys. He came in before last season. Big 4 touchdowns, 200-plus yards. How good does it feel to win, and how good does it feel to run like that?
It feels great. We bouncing back and we going for that shit, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
Check us out every day on Sac-Hi.com. We can catch up to great guys and great champions like the Elk Grove Thundering Herd.
Yes,
Now, boys, let's go. Family on me, family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Out to Folsom for a big-time showdown between the Bulldogs and the Thunder from Rockland. First set, Rockland came out swinging. Cassidy Guevara with the save. Keza Smith, the bump to Alexa Watts, who's coming into your living room with the kill. Nice save by the cameraman, but this game got interesting. Folsom would not let Rockland score the last point of the set. Return after return for both teams, and finally ends on a Rachel Muyeso dinker. We're all tied at 26, but Rockland would prevail, taking the first set 30-28 as it comes off the hands of Avery Gottschalk, who knocks it off the defender and wins the set. The Thunder builds on that momentum and takes the second set as well. Cassidy Guevara bumps to Delaney Sparks. This one is one of her 12 kills in the match. In the third set, Folsom came alive, jumping ahead on plays like this. Mia Gitsam scoring one of her 4 blocks in the contest. It's Mia, don't call her Emma. Rockland down 2 late in the third set. Check out Watts getting up and getting down with this kill. She had 17 on the night. Folsom would take the third set as Addison Demaris gets it to Riley Willenborg, and she puts it away. Folsom would win the fourth set here. That Mia girl again patrolling the net as she slams the free ball on the hardwood, 25-18 Bulldogs. Folsom in the fifth set now. Rachel Muyeso with the save. Grace Gilbranson the set to Elisa Hakes, and she's just getting started. Then it's game point for the Bulldogs. Could they pull off the comeback trailing 2-0? Yes, they can. Hakes getting up, and her shot is too hot to handle, and that would do it. Folsom wins 3-2. Hakes led all scorers with 24 kills. Watts had 17 for Rockland.
Really, in the first 2 sets, it was just we were all playing as individuals, but once we started coming together as a team, we really wanted it, and we were able to really push for every point in the last 3 sets.
Coming up, Nevada Union and Union Mine battle it out under the Friday night lights.
Then Pleasant Valley and Bella Vista meet in girls field hockey. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be right back. The Nevada Union Miners are 2-1 on the season and look to start off league play with a win over Union Mine. Quarterback Gabe Baker, the touchdown maker, loves to throw the ball, especially to junior receiver Clay Renner.
The Union Mine Diamondbacks also like to throw the ball, with quarterback Calvin Owens averaging over 180 yards a game. It's Nevada Union facing Union Mine Friday night.
Sam Berg reporting here as the Nevada Union Miners took on the Union Mine Diamondbacks on Friday night. Now here's a cool moment before the game as the Diamondback players held up 13 American flags in tribute to the fallen soldiers at the Kubal Airport a couple of weeks ago. Let's jump straight into the action as the Diamondbacks weren't wasting any time. Quarterback Calvin Owens takes it himself as he breaks not 1, not 2, but 3 tackles as he Superman dives into the end zone for the touchdown. The Diamondbacks would have a 7-0 lead after the first quarter. In the Diamondbacks' next possession, Scott Smith takes the handoff and, oof, my goodness, he trucks straight through the defender for the first down. and that would set up Owens to keep it himself again. And this time he took a page straight out of Smith's book as he gets his second rushing touchdown already. Are we sure this guy's not the running back? Well, I'll tell you, I'm not fully convinced as Owens keeps it himself again. He's putting the entire team on his back as he goes all the way down the sideline for his third rushing touchdown of the game. Somebody stop this man. The score would be 20-0 Diamondbacks going into halftime. Starting out here in the second half, and Scott Smith again is taking the handoff for the first down to put the Diamondbacks in a great position to score again. But Smith wants more than just a first down as he takes a handoff straight into the end zone for the touchdown. It's another rushing touchdown for the Diamondbacks as they increase their lead. The offense has been clicking on all cylinders tonight, but I tell you what, the defense has been rather quiet so far. But I think I hear a snake in the grass. The Miners' pass is picked off by Joe Rapace as he takes it all the way down to the Miners' 30-yard line, and the Diamondbacks are just not letting off the gas. The running game has been working wonders for the Diamondbacks so far, and they're sticking to it. Parker Mallett takes the handoff as he jukes all three defenders trying to stop him, but really there's no stopping someone who moves like that. The Rattlers continue to add to their lead as the score is now 41-0. But the Miners are not going down without a fight. Maddox Graves takes the snap and fires a quick pass to his left that connects with Andrew Webster, and Webster powers through the defense as he takes it all the way to the house for the Miners' touchdown. The extra point was good, but the comeback effort would fall short. The Diamondbacks ran their way to victory as they win by a score of 41-7.
Out to Bella Vista High School where the Mustangs hosted Pleasant Valley Vikings. Mark Willis reporting. We pick up the action, no score in the second quarter. Bella Vista on the attack. Patrice Fear follows the missed shot and she gathers the ball and shoots it past the keeper. Oh me, oh my. But the lead did not last for long. 1 minute later, Pleasant Valley streaks down the field. Brooklyn Langire passes to Riley Kushish. She pops it in. Game tied at 1. To the third quarter we go. Vikings putting the pressure on. Langira passes to Kushish, who taps it up the field. Back to Brooklyn Langira, who scores the go-ahead goal. PV leads it 2-1. Late in the game, BV's Ashton Matson takes the shot, but a kick save and a beauty by Savannah Cresswell would seal the victory for the Vikings. Fear, Langira, and Kushish all had goals in the game.
Parker Ream coming to you from Bear River High School. It was a nice day to be in the pool on Thursday. First period we go. The Bruins were clicking early. Kyle Adamson to Harrison Alexander, and he fires it into the right corner. Bear River up 1-0, and he wasn't done. Next possession, gets it again and puts it in the same spot. Must like that side. 2-0 Bear River, but his teammates wanted to get in on the action. Owen Long to Jacob Sutherland, who pulls this trick out of his bag. A no-look spinning backwards rocket gets in there. 3-0. We go 4-0 now. Oakmont looking for a response. Ethan Peters finds Dylan Cosmer, who throws the off-speed lob shot, gets Oakmont on the board. But the first period was all Bruins. Alexander to Sutherland. These two had it going all day long. Sutherland with the finish. Bear River led 6-1 after the first period. The Vikings looking to reset in the second. On the break, Zach Frost tries the one-timer, but what a defensive play by Michael Herman. So nice, you had to see it twice. Oakmont took a 9-2 lead into halftime. The third period is when the Bruins really put the nail in the coffin. Harrison finds Kyle Adamson on the break, and it's one-on-one with the goalie. He wins that battle 12-3 at that point. Then the Dagger up 16-7 in the fourth. Morgan Neeb to Kyle, who backhand scoops it. 17-7 would be the final. Jacob Sutherland led the way with 6 goals on the day.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Thursili Akoba. The junior on the Lathrop girls volleyball team sports a perfect 4.0 GPA. Coming up, it's East Union and Oakdale in our second SunPower Electric game.
Then we have some big-time girls volleyball action with Oak Ridge and Granite Bay when 49ers Sac-Hi Sports returns.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thanking Heroes. We also donated to the Toyota U.S. Paralympic Fund to support and empower these extraordinary athletes. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Shop in person or at tracytoyota.com. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
We gon' get out what we got mad at. Many have tried, but many have failed. The 49ers got the livest fans in the NFL. I tried to tell them we back it, we never left, and we got heart. Levi Stadium starting to feel like Candlestick Park. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We continue tonight with a great matchup in the Valley Oak League. Now, if there's a league to watch out for, it is this one, with strong teams including East Union, Manteca, Kimball, Oakdale, Central Catholic, all 5 coming out of the non-league schedule with at least 3 wins.
Yeah, very impressive. Tonight we feature Oakdale and East Union. Oakdale comes into the week 3-0 with a win over Mitty last week. East Union is 3-1 with senior quarterback Luke Weaver throwing for over 1,100 yards this season. It's East Union and Oakdale in our SunPower Electric game. The Maniac, Mark Willis, was there.
Electric game.
Hey, I'm Mark Willis out here at Oakdale High School where the Mustangs are taking on East Union High School. Girls, are you ready?
It was homecoming night and the fans were ready for some football. Oakdale was strike first. Jackson Holt with the ball fake and throws a pretty pass to Mickey Merzon for the 23-yard TD pass and catch. 7-0 Mustangs. East Union would answer right back. Oh, Luke Weaver, I believe you can score a 73-yard touchdown run. He does, and this game is tied at 7-all. So the very next kickoff goes to Kevin Camlin of Oakdale. He picks up at the 15 and finds a crease and breaks not one but 2 would-be tacklers. Oh, what a feeling, because he's dancing on the ceiling. And the cheerleaders were loving that. Still in the first quarter, Mustangs get the ball back. Holt back to pass again. This time he throws a dot to Jack Gelgard for 27 yards out. Mustangs up 20-7. And the student section's feeling it. Pressure defense was the key for Oakdale's defense as they pick up a bunch of sacks on the night. Yair Ayala records this one. After a punt and the 2 teams change directions, Oakdale keeps the pedal to the metal. Camlin up the gut from 2 yards out. Still second quarter action. Oakdale's Yair Ayala, once again, this time on offense, he breaks free and rumbles up the field for a 29-yard score. Mustangs break this sucker wide open, and we're not even at halftime. Ladies, do you got any more cheers left? The Lancers, Luke Weaver goes to the air and connects with Dylan Lee, who cuts up the field, and the junior is off to the races. But he gets caught from behind, does not score, and the drive stalls. Oakdale looking for more just before the half, but safety Keanu Otei comes up with the interception, takes it upfield for East Union. Nice play by the senior. Second half action, Camlin gets the call, and he scores from 7 yards out. It's now 40-7. More Oakdale as they just keep on coming and coming and coming at you. Holt to his receiver, Gelgard. Up the field he goes for a big gain. Then Dalton Vargas barrels his way into the end zone. Thank you, Miss Official, for the signal. Mustangs up 40. More Mustangs. Holt to this guy again, Jack Gelgard. These two are having a night. It's now 53-7. One more time, fourth quarter time, and it's Garrison Gerber time. He's up the gut, and the dishes are done, man. Jackson Holt had 3 touchdown passes, and Oakdale's O-line opened up big holes on the way to 5 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, it was fun. Started off fast. We kept going. They broke one loose. Our defense responded, shut them down for the rest of the game. Our offense took care of business the whole game. It was fun.
Brian Mueller here for some Wednesday night volleyball. A royal wave from Abby Hoiberg, and this match between Oak Ridge and Granite Bay had some drama fit for a king or queen. First set, Mackenzie Dawden with the nice dig. Kate Fagundes sets it up for Emily Child, and there was no playing around with this shot. Trojans up 19-18. Child had 7 kills and 2 blocks. But Granite Bay would end the set on a 7-2 run. Mackenzie Wells gets rejected the first time, but reloads and connects on the second attempt. She had a dozen kills on the night, and the Grizzlies take the first set 25-21. But the second set was a different story. The Trojans get off to a terrific start. Abigail Reynolds fires this one home. That made it 7-0. Oak Ridge would win the set 25-9, and the O-Zone is A-OK with that. Third set now. Molly Azevedo sets it up for Reina Hopp, and she thumps this over for a point to make it 18-8 Oak Ridge. She had 9 kills, and the Trojans take another set 25-15. But the Grizzlies have some grit. Emily Craig sets up Simran Lalian for the kill. Big match for Lalian with a baker's dozen worth of kills, and the Grizz cook up a 25-22 fourth set win. So we go to a decisive fifth set. Granite Bay has match point at 14-13, but Reynolds puts it where they ain't to tie it at 14. Oak Ridge now with match point in 18-17. Natalie Kolfescu comes up with a dig. Dodden to hop, and she converts on the touch shot to win the match for the Trojans. A 19-17 final set, and Oak Ridge wins a thriller 3-2.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase. Just go to our website, 49ers Sac-Hi-Sports.com, and we will send it to you digitally.
Follow us on social media for lots of fun and exciting content. Our Instagram story is a great way to keep updated on scores, news, and much more. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on both Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, Roseville meets Wood Creek in the Junction Bowl.
Then it's Rio Americano and Christian Brothers on the volleyball court. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
We are back at Levi Stadium, home of the San Francisco 49ers, with our final football game of the night. Roseville is 2-1 heading into its first league game. The Tigers like to run the ball with junior back Brandon Graydon doing a lot of the work on the ground.
Roseville set to take on crosstown rival Wood Creek. Senior Mitchell Sarmento comes into the game with 38 tackles on the season and hopes to lead the Timberwolves to a win over Roseville Friday night.
Nick Pecoraro in Roseville on Friday for the third annual Junction Bowl between Roseville and host Wood Creek. It's also the Capital Valley Conference opener. Gentlemen, start your engines. First quarter, Wood Creek QB Garrett Krupp airs it out downfield to Nico Nielsen for a huge gain. That sets up this score as Garrett hands it off to little bro Brody Krupp. He's a freshman. He's a freshman. 6-yard score puts Wood Creek up 7-0. Then, on the very next play from scrimmage, Roseville QB Ryan Graydon has a younger brother on his team, and he connects with Brandon Graydon, who shakes a tackle, and he's gone. Roseville looking like they're in business. But on the next Wood Creek drive, Garrett Krupp hits Cooper Young this time, who bolts down the sideline for a 61-yard score. Creek goes back in front 14-7. Garrett Krupp getting it done with his arm and with his legs right here. And then again with his arm, with a huge stiff arm, he gets the Timberwolves into the red zone to set up another touchdown connection, this time to Nico Nielsen, and it comes from 30 yards out. Creek extends its lead to 21-7. Roseville's Ryan Graydon trying to will his team back into striking distance before halftime, but the Timberwolves hunt as a pack. This was one of 5 defensive stops on 4th down for Wood Creek on Friday, and then Wood Creek caps the scoring in the third quarter as Krupp floats onto the corner of the end zone, and it's Nico Nielsen again. He pulls down his second touchdown catch of the night. Wood Creek improves to 5-0 and reclaims the coveted Golden Spike. Nico, how do you describe this Junction Bowl rivalry?
Well, it's all fun. A lot of emotion. It's cool having a rival like them. And my senior year, I'm just happy we came out with the win. It means a lot. I mean, everyone's just doing their job. You know, it's not just one person. We're playing as a team, which is great. And yeah, 1 touchdown today. We've had shutouts 2 straight games. Should have been 3, but we're playing great, playing team ball.
Parker Ream on hand to watch some incredible volleyball on Monday night. St. Francis taking on Pleasant Grove, and in the first set, the Trubies causing some trouble. Absolute chaos once it gets back over the net. Caroline Foraker, Sophia Garzer, Foraker again just gets it over, and it's in. Sometimes you kind of need those plays. Still in the first. This next one's a little bit more textbook. Zoe Hopkins gets the dig to Carly Padilla, falling away, finds Garza for the easy kill as St. Francis takes the first set 25-16. Second set, they'd keep it going. Savannah Risley to Jade Light, but there was no light shining through that brick wall of Foraker and Garza. Trubies take the second set. Third set, Pleasant Grove trying to get something going, and they do. Sliding set by Padilla to Mila Stojakovic, but Risley says, not in my gym. Nice block, gets them hyped. Keep it in the third we go. Light serving 15-7 Eagles. Padilla to Olivia Mlickerton. Jade Light gets the dig. Risley the set, and Fancy Hahn with the kill. And no, I will not be singing Iggy Azalea's Fancy in this highlight. Pleasant Grove takes the third set. Fourth set we go. Trubies had double match point. Clutch dig by Light there to save it. Risley and Light sneaks it through the gap. Ice in her veins, but none compared to this play. Match point again. Light with the dig. Risley with the set. But wait! It's not a set. The no-looker for the winner. Pleasant Grove fights off 3 match points and takes the fourth set 27-25. Fifth set, and Light sends them home happy. An incredible comeback in an epic 5-setter as Jade Light finishes with 32 kills, and Pleasant Grove gets the win 3-2.
Nick Pecoraro back as Rio Americano visits a red-hot Christian Brothers team looking to win its 10th match in a row on Tuesday. First set we go, it's senior Julia White knifing through the Raiders' back row, and then it's Lily Paddock from Drew de Guzman. Lily, go ahead and shout out your setter. Falcons take set 1 25-8. But Rio builds some steam in the second set. Senior Katie Ross gets on the floor to keep this ball alive, and then she finishes the rally with a nice block at the net. Later in the second, it's sophomore Ava Kaufman. A is for Ava, and it's also for Ace. She keeps Rio within striking distance, but it's Lily Paddock again on the other side, driving it down the line for one of her game-high 14 kills. Falcons take set 2 25-18. Third set, it's Alexis Addyboden who's got an ace up her sleeve. Falcons start to roll. Then it's Gigi Hurley getting in on the action for one of her 12 kills on Tuesday. But the Raiders aren't quite ready to go home just yet. Katie Ross gets this one to fall over the back row, and then it's Ross again, putting one down off the block, courtesy of one of Grace Stone's team-high 16 assists. But in the end, Drew de Guzman hangs it, and Gigi Hurley bangs it, and Brothers takes the third set 25-16. They get the sweep. They've now won 10 matches in a row. Gigi Hurley, Lily Paddock, what's been working for you guys?
I just think the way that we all work together, I don't think I've ever had a team gel so well together, because for girls it's so important to get along with your teammates, and I love everybody on the team, and I think that's why we find so much success.
Our kind of motto this year has been get 1% better every time we go to practice. Get in the gym, work hard, get out, and I think it's been helping us really well.
Coming up, the play of the week. It could be this play, maybe not. Stick around to find out.
But first, take a look at our top 10 football poll.
Time now for the play of the week.
It's kind of complicated.
Now a little
First
bit.
off, we pick some contenders, and then we award the play that we thought was the best. Maybe not that complicated. No, it's just two steps. Even we can do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can do it. First up, Rachel Muyesu from Folsom, a fantastic dig in the Bulldogs' 5-set win over Rockland. But then it is Natalie Mancinelli from Oak Ridge with the spinning shot. We have one more of those. Jacob Sutherland, he gets it going as well. But the play of the week goes to Garrett Krupp from Wood Creek. Watch Garrett come up with this amazing catch in the corner of the end zone. Garrett, how did you do that? We love it here. Garrett Krupp, you win the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. Join us next week. We'll share the story of the Casa Roble football player diagnosed with a very serious heart condition. We'll see you for that story next week.